Hello, I'm Ann Bertarelli, business relationship coach and co-author of the book, Relationships That Work, Work That Matters. In this short video, I'm going to give you a way to get your boss to love you. When you don't get along with your boss, we all know how difficult your work life can be. And you already know this, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You can spend a lot of unproductive time stressing about whether you're going to get fired or not promoted, or whether your boss likes you. So what can you do if you have a boss whom you can never please? It seems no matter what you do, it's not good enough, and you are getting more and more worried. Chances are that if your boss doesn't seem to like you, there's something about trust going on. He or she may not trust your competence to get the job done, or your reliability to do what you say you'll do, or perhaps your boss doesn't trust that you're going to take care of what's important to him. So if you were sitting in my coaching chair, here's what I'd say to you. The quickest way to get someone to trust you, and usually trust equates to like, is to demonstrate that you will take care of what's important to her. Easy, right? It is if you're an observant person. If not, then you've got some work to do. In order for another person, your boss or anyone really, to assess that you're taking care of what's important to them, you have to get it right. Or it's just a good intention that went slightly off track. So in order to figure out how to take care of what's important to your boss, you have to first listen very thoroughly to what he or she says. If I asked you to list 3 things that are very important to your boss right here and right now, could you answer? Well, if you can't, you might want to go back to the drawing board and start listening to your boss as though he's a new acquaintance. Drop what you've thought about him in the past and just listen to what he talks about. You will see something new. And once you do, you can immediately start taking care of what's important to him. Let's just say that you notice that having projects done ahead of time, ahead of a deadline, for example, is important to your boss. You don't have to figure out why. In fact, that's not your job. You just have to notice that your boss really puts a lot of time into making sure his direct reports are working to deadline. So what do? You make sure that any and all projects that you have control over come in ahead of the deadline. And don't necessarily expect your boss to notice each and every one. Just keep a list for yourself and have it ready at the appropriate time. Or take the time to stop by his office and mention that Project X will be completed a week early. Are you seeing something here? But what about if you assess that what's important to your boss is not in keeping with your own standards? For example, what if your boss likes to take credit for things that other people do so she will look more competent and on top of things? And that behavior just drives you over the edge. Well then, my friend, you have a choice to make. You can sit back with your arms folded and judge her and do nothing to improve the relationship, or you can put your judgments aside and just work with what you've got, as long as it's not unethical or illegal, of course. The choice is yours, always. Don't even think about getting into the victim mode. It's very unattractive and puts you in a consistently negative mood, and no one will like being around you. So are you ready to give it a try? Just to review, to build trust with your boss, or anyone really, simply figure out what's important to him or her and do your very best to deliver. And try to do it without being a brownie. If you'd like to explore the possibility of working with me in a coaching relationship, set up a coaching information session with me. It's easy. Just email me at ann@lifecoachingwithspirit.com or go to my homepage and click on the calendar to set up an appointment. I'd love to talk with you. Happy trails.